So Fire Chief Chris and I have come by to get my trailer, and Chris is gonna meet Ziggy. All right, this is Ziggy. Ziggy is an emu. You know much about emus?
Not a word.
Let me open that gate up. Come on.
Sure,
Louis, we're not gonna let Ziggy out though, okay? You're gonna have to watch Ziggy. Now, when he finds out that you mean business, he's gonna run like hell. Go ahead, walk in there. Try to love him, and he's gonna run or fight. He's either gonna fight or flight. Get on out of here, bird.
He's not gonna fight or flight.
There he goes. All right, run him down that fence line, will you? And I'm going to open the gate up. He'll run. Just keep him out of here while I pull through, okay? Yeah, you're fine. Just stop right there and wait. He'll be fine. I do think that Fire Chief Chris is scared of that darn bird. Ziggy, move. Ziggy, move. Ziggy, move. There he goes. I wish he would jump on Chris. That'd be the darnest funniest thing ever. She may come at you.
At me?
Yeah, you grab that one right there.
They're gonna come at me.
You want to grab that little runt? Grab that little black runt. Chris, get over there and grab that little black runt. Don't be scared of that little piggy. Oh, here, let me get a picture of you. You want that baby? No. You and Wendy, y'all need y'all baby.
We're not getting no baby.
You could get, I don't know if it's a male or female, you get it spayed or neutered and have you a little pet.
Oh, hell no.
It's a runt, Chris. You ain't seen Charlotte's Web?
Yeah, I don't like...
You ain't seen Charlotte's Web, have you?
No.
You need to take care of that little piggy. Hi, sweetie. We're looking at your baby, sweetie. Pigs can be so sweet, Chris.
They can be mean, too.
They can be mean, but not if you love them when they're little. And that little runt needs someone to...
Needs something.
Look, here, Chris. Look who's come to see you. Look who's come to see you, Chris. That's Ziggy. All right, we just dropped off Chris, Fire Chief Chris, who rode with me to Plum Grove. Guys, today what we're gonna do is take these 10 rolls of hay that I'm pulling behind me, and with freezing temperatures coming tonight, temperatures in the teens, with the wind chill colder than that, I'm going to build a 5 roll of hay block in each barn for the cows to get behind. Now, my biggest worry with that, obviously, is that the bulls are going to end up pushing the hay around and messing all of my work up. But you guys stick around a little bit. We're going to get back, do some tractor work, and then we're also going to spread out some hay for the horses. So I noticed last night they got behind their windbreak, which was wonderful, but I felt bad that Rita was practically laying on icy snow, and she did not really have a bed of hay. So we're gonna do that today, do all of those things, and you guys are gonna come with me. All right, I'm back on the highway now. I need 2 hands for this. This takes a lot of trust, believe it or not. He could bite my face off if he wanted to. We are going to attempt to move Charlene up to the front pasture. I want you guys to look in the snow line there by the far tree line. Isn't that beautiful? It may not be a big deal to many people, but I love seeing deer. I love the fact that they're trusting enough to come that close onto the property, eating there on that ryegrass. We also know they come up and eat out of our feed buggies and our hay at night, which is cute. And that's just one more of the blessings of this property here, is having all the deer. I know a lot of folks don't like deer, and that a lot of people see deer as an annoyance and a nuisance. Not us. You know, here in Texas, we've not always had the toughest codes as far as wildlife preservation, and people have hunted deer year-round a lot. And even though it's illegal, they do it because there's not really much enforcement. Now look at here. There's Gracie, and she's watching the deer also. She's like, don't y'all get too close to my feed buggy now. I'm gonna need that because I'm a growing girl. That's cute. I feel like we've done a really good job at keeping the water moving and everything here over the last couple of days. But this is something that I've never been able to figure out, how to get all the water out of the water hose. Even though I can disconnect the water hose and leave the faucets dripping, you know, moving water doesn't freeze the same way that sitting water does, or non-moving water. But there's always water in the water hose. And I'm sitting here shaking and beating this thing, which is slowly pushing ice out towards me. One thing I've never talked much about is the generator that came with the RV. And this is I forgot what they call it. Gosh darn it. It's the kind of generator that does not run full power continuously. This generator is the kind that only runs more power when you need it. I thought I could find that word on here somewhere, but I don't know if I'll be able to or not. Here we go, an inverter generator. It's the inverter generator, and this is the size that we need to run the RV, the Alliance Paradigm, in case we ever lose power. Now, I did move it out. This is what I love about it right here. Check this out. Push start. Watch and wait. Uh-oh. Hello? What's wrong? There we go. I love that about it. It's cold, y'all. It's cold. Hold on. Don't give up. It's cold. It's 23 degrees. Here we go. Warm up there, baby. Warm up there, baby. Yes, baby. Now listen, you can hear how it's not running it doesn't sound very loud because it's not needing much power. But if it needed more power, the generator could crank up to however many watts it needs to run the entire RV. And so this is just one more special feature that came with the RV that we're very blessed to have. I wasn't real sure what this weather was going to do to our power grid. So I went ahead and got the RV out of the generator out and put it here beside the RV for just in case we needed it, which we never did, thank you, Lord. But it's a really neat addition to have. It also runs off gasoline or propane. There's a propane attachment that hooks to a bottle. So you could either use gasoline or propane. As of right now, I just filled it with gasoline. But a really neat generator that we've never had to use. But we've had it for over a year, and I do crank it on occasion just to make sure it's running good and everything. And just a really neat addition and a really blessing to have. So one thing that we have to do in these below freezing temps is to keep everybody well nourished, and that will continue to help their bodies generate heat. And even though our cows have their feed buggy and their dry hay that's always available to them, we're going to also take out some green hay. I'll swing by the front pasture and drop off some for those calves as well, our little gladiators with Waylon. And we'll also swing by and feed Rita and Roman. I'm taking this hay out to the green grass. I want to avoid the muddy area here. Look at all those deer. All right, I'm going to start right here. Just kind of walk around, dropping this hay off. Just a flake here and there. This is our cow hay. It's a different quality hay. The horse hay is a whole lot higher quality because horses are in fact a lot more finicky than what cows are. Nothing wrong with that. There are also people who are sometimes more finicky than others. So I'll drop off these 4 right through here, and then I'll pull a little bit further up and drop off some more so I'm not having to walk quite so far. Hold on. Oh, I should probably put it in drive. I love the fact that the cows are not hungry. You remember the old days before we had the feed buggies? And you'd come to throw out some hay or some cubes, and everybody would just almost chase you down. Could not wait to eat. And so now, I mean, they have that feed buggy access all the time. So no one's bellies are just, they're not hungry. Now they'll walk over and get a bite if they choose to, or they may not. But those that want a little extra nourishment can come by and get some. Now these guys have decided to go ahead and lay up for a bit today. It's still early. The sun has come out, which is wonderful, but still only 29 degrees. And they're like, you know what? We're just gonna lay right here in this hay, our bed of hay. And they look cozy. Now these girls come up and get some of that green hay. They're like, you know what? We're hungry. We're gonna eat while we can before the bigger cows come over here and run us away. Not to worry though, I'm gonna put hay out for all of them. There'll be no reason to fight and argue. They'll all get their fair share. I want to tell you about the cow who's become a whole lot more personable with me. This here Loretta. By the way, thank you so much for the sweet lady who sent an entire box of these muffins. These babies love them. But, you know, Loretta, I would say a month or so ago, wouldn't really allow me much contact with her. She'd come close, and I could tell that she was curious about me, but she didn't really allow me a whole bunch of loving. Now, though, she'll fight with me a little bit, but in a playing way. She's very playful. And she's starting to show a whole lot of personality. And there are actually people on the page who would say that Loretta is one of their favorites. They're starting to really love them some Loretta. And I understand why. She's a cutie. She's a cutie patootie. But she plays so rough with Daddy. She plays so rough with her daddy. Look at her. She plays so darn rough. So, a cutie patootie she is. Oh, she plays so rough with Daddy. Yeah, so I would think that in the gladiator... Here we go. This is a good question, and I'd love to hear your answers too, what you think. In this pasture of gladiators, those with the most personality, in my opinion, and this is in no particular order, but Waylon, our little bull, he has tons of charisma and just personality. Obviously, Patsy, she's the white cow over here with her back to me. Patsy, lots and lots and lots of charisma, personality. Danny and Ruby, obviously. Here's Ruby over, Danny over here. Ruby, oh, you can't, Ruby's behind Jezebel. And then Loretta. Sweet Loretta. Now, I'm going to be honest, and I don't mean this to hurt anybody's feelings, but I don't really I see no personality with Jezebel unless you consider it just kind of the wallflower that is her personality. Just real quiet, you know, never wants to make a scene, just kind of always off by herself, and that's fine. Her oldest daughter, Trinity, has a little bit of spunk, not too much. But of the three of them, this one over here is the one that shows the most spunk and feisty serenity. She shows that she's going to be something special. let's just hope that she doesn't come out with wonky horns the way her sister does. We don't want any more wonky horns. And then Charlene is wonderful. She's an offspring of Tex, another white baby. We love her, but she's just not real personable. She just kind of does her own thing. She's a tough cookie, though. You don't mess with Charlene. She's a tough cookie. Whoops, almost forgot Jenny Lane. Jenny Lane, who is also an offspring of Tex. Same thing. Doesn't really show a whole lot of spunk, in my opinion. She's just kind of there. She does her thing. But what you have to make sure that you do, though, is that you don't end up overlooking some just because you find yourself drawn to others like the Dannys and Rubies and the Lorettas and the Patsies and the Whalens. You can't find yourself, or you can't allow yourself to ignore the others. Here comes Patsy now. She's like, oh, there's green hay. Why didn't you say so? How come you didn't ring the bell? We don't do that over here, sweetie. You wake up and come eat when you hear the side-by-side. And here she comes. Oh, moving slow this morning because it's so darn cold. She is wondering why she didn't get breakfast in bed. That's what she wanted, breakfast in bed. Oh, Loretta, really? You leave that baby alone. Yeah, no, you got to be careful, y'all, not to end up not paying as much attention to some just because you're so drawn to others. And I'll tell you what, I mean, we're guilty of that. Let's be honest. If you were to take and add up the amount of Rita and Roman, or the Romita videos, compared to any other of the horses, you do know that I have probably made more Rita Roman videos in the last 2 months than I've made of all of our other horses combined over the last several years. And so that kind of shows you right there how you find yourself drawn to some and not so much to others. You love them all, and you'll give them all the same love and attention and vet care and nutritional needs. You know, you'll fulfill all of their needs, and you hope to give them all a wonderful life. But it's sad that you're sometimes drawn more to some than you are to others. And then, isn't it that same way in life? Have you ever found yourself where you don't know why, but people are just not as drawn to you, and you just don't get it because you feel like you do as much as anybody else does? You work as hard at work. You're a good student in school. You know, you're a good partner. And you find that sometimes people will just not seem to be drawn to you, and it's kind of unfair. I'm moving this out of the way. I want to put it up alongside the fence and get it out of the middle of the pasture. Well, I want to thank you guys for watching today's video, and a special thank you for loving these babies as much as we do. Listen, starting tomorrow, there'll be a whole lot of content with our new arrival, Chuck. He's on his way here now, which is my Wednesday. He'll be here on tomorrow, my Thursday. So you guys stay tuned, and we will see how all of that goes. Thank you all for watching. We love you, and we're so very blessed to have you. And we'll catch you on the next one. Right, baby?
Don't let your troubles fester. Come watch Longhorn Lester.
Yeah, something like that.